Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Daily Grind. And today I'm gonna talk about whether or not you should pull for Ayaka. Now, this is actually a very, it really depends a lot. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of just telling you my opinion, what I'm gonna do is give you a list of reasons so that you can take your own decision. This is gonna be an unbiased video because I myself have been unable to decide whether or not I should pull for Ayaka. I mean, I literally have every single character in the game except Ayaka so far because I honestly have been unable to decide. So I'm gonna give you these reasons and you can make your own decision later on. So first I'm gonna start with the reasons why you should pull for her, and then I'm gonna give you the reasons why you should not. Reason number one, why you should pull for her. If you have been hyped for this character for a long time, this is one of the characters that has been hyped the most throughout the course of the year. And you really be waiting for her, she's your wife, or you're just obsessed with this character, just go for it. That's it. There's no way around it. Just go for it. Just pull for her. That's the character you want, and probably nobody's gonna convince you to not pull for her. So do it anyway. Now, if she is like not the best thing in the world for you, you're not so obsessed with her, but you don't have a 5-star main DPS and you really want that 5-star main DPS, Ayaka is a solid option. She's not a bad 5-star, she is a solid option. She doesn't have the same power level as Ganyu and Hu Tao, which are currently like the number one completely crazy DPS that pretty much destroy everything else. But she is a solid option. She is not a bad main DPS. She is a solid option. So those are like two reasons why you should pull for her. Also, lore-wise, she is an important character in the story. And also, well, some people would do it just because of this. It would be a minority, but still, some people believe, including myself, that she is very similar to Wei Shini from Ruby anime series. I'm not gonna pull for her because of that, but well, that's one thing that people like about her. She is very similar to Wei's. Anyway, yeah, because she is like an ice character, and she is like the similar color palette, white hair, pale skin, and like she uses a sword. Pretty much, there's a lot of similarities, and she's like a young girl from a rich family, same as Wei's. But anyway, now I'm gonna give you reasons why you should not go for Ayaka. Reason number one: if you already have these characters, you have Ganyu or Eula, you're already set up. You already have the characters, and you can even, like, especially if you have Changyun or Chi-Chi, or you can even get the residence for this character. Especially if you have Ganyu. She is a main DPS, same as Ayaka, but she's also not only a main DPS, but she can also be a support. So she has more utility than Ayaka. Overall, she's a more useful character. So if you have Ganyu, there's really no reason why you should pull for Ayaka. Now you could say, yeah, but I can use her on the Abyss because you need one. Well, you don't really need to have a cryo main DPS as the Abyss is right now. As of today, the Abyss doesn't really require you to necessarily have 2 cryo main DPS. You don't. There's no reason to. So yeah, that would be a reason. If you already have Ganyu, or especially if you have already Eula or Ganyu, even though Eula specializes more on physical damage, but still she can do cryo damage, and you can get the resonance from her. Something that I do very often is I pair Eula with Chi-Chi just to get the resonance, or Eula with Ganyu, and then Zhongli, so that I don't even need heals. But anyway, that's one of the reasons. And another reason, and probably the reason why most people will stay away from Ayaka, is because these are the characters that we currently have that are gonna come in version 2.0. So we're gonna have Yoimiya and Sayu on the next update. But you need to keep this in mind, especially if you're a free-to-play player, because if you're a free-to-play player, you may be regretting pulling for Ayaka later on. The thing is that all gacha games do the same thing. So on the anniversary, they will they will make a big sale and they will add super crazy good OP characters. They will do this. But first, they're gonna create trap banners. Right now, Ayaka and Yoimiya are gonna be trap banners because they're good characters. People are gonna be hyped about them, and MiHoYo wants you to spend all the money you can. That's why they released 3 characters in a single update. The idea is that you spend all your Primogen and all your money on this, and then, unless you're a whale, you will be in trouble on update 2.1 when these characters are gonna come out. We have the Raiden Shogun. If you're planning to skip a character, most people would agree that it better not be an Archon because all Archons are gonna be good. Venti is one of the best support characters in the game. Zhongli started not so good, but then they buffed him and now he is crazy good. If you have Zhongli, he pretty much negates all the boss mechanics in the game. You don't need to even worry about your health. If you have a good Zhongli, you spam the shield every 8 seconds and that's it. So Ball is gonna be a good character. There's no way around it. And then we have Kokomi, and I don't want to make spoilers here, but she is apparently gonna be a crazy support character, especially if you already saw the cinematic and the story, and you saw how she changed the tide of the battle. I don't want to spoil it for those of you who haven't done that yet, but yeah, it pretty much hints she's going to be a crazy support character. Some people are saying that she's going to be something like a 5-star Chingcho. Chingcho is already one of the best support characters in the game, so imagine a 5-star version of that. Those characters are going to be crazy. And if you pull for Ayaka, you're probably not going to be able to get the Raiden Shogun and Kokomi at the same time. And those are going to be 2 extremely good characters. Ayaka is a good character, but like if you're really worried about the meta in this game, don't pull for Ayaka, especially if you're free to play. Pretty much. If you don't care about the meta, just go for it. If you're just a whale and you plan to get every single character in the game, go for it. But if you can't, like if you're limited, if you're one of those guys who need to decide, or just you just don't want to throw your money away because perhaps like you're like, yeah, why do I want to pull for Ayaka? There's gonna be another cryo character later on, etc. You're not really convinced, then don't do it. In short. And finally, here's the last thing. If you have decided that you really want to focus on one character overall, well, if you have seen the manga, there are 2 harbingers, which are probably gonna be if they're like Tartaglia, they're also gonna be main DPS, and apparently they're both gonna be cryo, which is Il Dottore and La Signora. So we already saw La Signora from the very almost like the start of the game when she made fun of Venti in the cinematic, and then there's gonna be Il Dottore. So those are probably gonna be cryo main DPS, and they're probably gonna be broken because they're harbingers. So yeah, Ayaka is definitely not gonna be the last cryo main 5-star main DPS in the game. So if you want to wait, you can go for it. You're not gonna be missing like something that's completely unique. Or perhaps you just want to wait for Ganyu reroll, because right now Hu Tao and Ganyu and Zhongli are literally the most broken 5-star characters in the game. Anyway guys, I hope that helps for you out to make your decision. I still haven't done mine. Hopefully I'm going to do it soon. But yeah, that's it for now. Until next time.